So it looked like DiJonai Carrington just got booted from the Dallas Wings.
DiJonai Carrington just got the boot from Dallas. And honestly, the timing couldn't be more perfect.
DiJonai, your game was stinking in the mud, and the Dallas Wings wanted nothing to do with you going forward.
It said breaking, Dallas Wings, DiJonai Carrington has been traded to the Minnesota Lynx in exchange for Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and Minnesota 2027 second-round pick. The team sources has confirmed that.
Let's break this down from the beginning. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. It all started with that infamous incident we can't forget, the Caitlin Clark eye poke.
As everyone else has seen this angle, I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play. DiJonai, once again, here we are today.
Picture this, playoff basketball, intense atmosphere, and Clark driving to the basket like she's done thousands of times before. But instead of clean defense, what does DJ do? She goes straight for Clark's face, leaving the rookie sensation with a black eye that became the talk of the entire playoffs. The reaction was immediate and explosive.
And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me, but no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her, so obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
Well, she acted like she'd done nothing wrong. Zero remorse, zero accountability. In fact, she doubled down on her aggressive approach like she was proud of what happened. Can you even believe that? But here's the thing that really gets me. That was just the beginning. Fast forward a few weeks, and we see DJ pulling the same exact moves on Skylar Diggins-Smith. Same targeting behavior, same reckless contact with a star player's head. The pattern was becoming crystal clear, and fans weren't having it anymore.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if the chin, what do you have going on in that mind of yours? Are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? Are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? DiJonai, are you okay? Are you okay?
Now here's where this story takes an absolutely wild turn. Most players worry about hurting their opponents with dirty plays, right? Well, DJ managed to injure her own teammate while trying to hurt someone else. During a game against Minnesota, she went after Jessica Shepard's face, because of course she did, but ended up putting her own teammate, Paige Beckers, at serious risk in the process.
Now, DiJonai Carrington couldn't keep her hands clean either. With staying out of headlines on the internet, she was always in headlines, punching players in the eye. And then we have to remember, she nearly injured Paige. Like, everybody forgot about that. Y'all remember when she nearly injured Paige, nearly took her whole knee out? Like, we got to remember all of those things transpired during this basketball season, man. For her to tell you, they made it their business to...
Think about that for a moment. You're so focused on causing damage that you're willing to sacrifice your own players. When your teammates start questioning whether playing alongside you is worth the constant danger, you've crossed a line that no team can ignore. But wait, it gets even more incredible. Remember when I mentioned referees calling security? That actually happened. During a game against Chicago, DJ created such a hostile situation with the officials that they felt unsafe enough to call for backup. When was the last time you saw a professional referee need protection from a player? Let that sink in for a second. The exchange escalated so quickly that the ref made an unprecedented decision in WNBA history. Whatever went down in that conversation, it was serious enough that a trained official, someone who deals with heated players every single game, decided he needed security intervention. DJ's response on social media, she called it a civil conversation. If your idea of civil conversation requires security backup, That tells you everything you need to know about your communication style. 4 flagrant fouls in one season. And that's not counting all the incidents that should have been flagged but somehow weren't. The league's tolerance was clearly reaching its breaking point, and Dallas was watching their investment become a liability they couldn't afford. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where things get really fascinating. On paper, DJ looked decent, averaging over 10 points and 5 rebounds per game. But here's what the advanced stats revealed. Dallas was getting absolutely destroyed when she was on the court. We're talking about being outscored by double digits every time she stepped on the floor. Her efficiency numbers? Dead. Last among all rotation players. Not bottom 5, not struggling, dead last. The team's defense fell apart whenever she was out there, despite her reputation as this elite defender. How do you go from defensive specialist to defensive liability? Simple. When your focus shifts from playing basketball to causing chaos. The writing was clearly on the wall when Dallas started benching her. She went from starter to bench player faster than you can say behavioral issues. When you're getting fewer minutes on one of the worst teams in the league, that's not a performance slump, that's a wake-up call. But here's where this trade becomes absolutely poetry in motion. Minnesota, a championship contender with the best record in the league, just decided to import this chaos into their locker room. The Lynx are sitting pretty, positioning themselves for a title run, and they willingly brought in a player whose specialty is creating problems that go way beyond basketball. Dallas, meanwhile, is probably breathing the biggest sigh of relief in franchise history. They finally admitted their mistake and moved on, getting back Diamond Miller, a legitimate talent who actually knows how to play basketball without injuring people, plus a draft pick for their troubles. Let's be real about what Minnesota is getting. They're not just acquiring a player, they're inheriting a walking controversy. Sure, DJ has talent, but that talent comes wrapped in more baggage than a cross-country move. They're betting that Cheryl Reeve can somehow transform a player whose behavior has been escalating for months. But here's what makes this situation even more interesting: the timing. This trade happened right after Minnesota lost their star player to injury. So their solution to needing reliable depth was to bring in someone whose reliability is questionable at best. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. From Dallas's perspective, this trade makes perfect sense. They realized they had a liability instead of an asset, and found a way to turn that liability into actual basketball talent. No more explaining away dirty plays, no more justifying why referees need security backup, no more worrying about which teammate might get injured next. For DJ, this trade represents both an opportunity and a final warning. Minnesota is giving her a chance to prove she can contribute to winning basketball without all the drama. But if she brings that same chaotic energy to a championship contender, this experiment could end her career faster than she can say security. The question everyone's asking is whether DJ will actually learn from this experience. Will she embrace being a role player on a winning team, or will her ego and need for attention follow her to Minnesota? Can Cheryl Reeve really transform someone whose problems seem to run this deep? Here's what I think is going to happen. DJ will have a short honeymoon period in Minnesota, where she keeps her head down and tries to prove herself. But based on everything we've seen, it's only a matter of time before the old patterns resurface. Some players are beyond rehabilitation when their issues are this fundamental. The real winners in this trade are Dallas fans who can finally focus on basketball instead of constantly defending the indefensible. They're free from the embarrassment, free from the drama, and they actually got value back for their problem. What do you think about this whole situation? Was this karma finally catching up to DJ, or just smart business by Dallas? And here's the big question. Do you think she'll actually change her ways in Minnesota, or is this just delaying the inevitable? Let me know in the comments below. And if you think DJ should be out of the league entirely, comment, "Fire Carrington." Smash that like button if you think this trade was long overdue. Subscribe for more WNBA drama and analysis, and turn on all notifications so you never miss when karma comes calling in professional basketball. The question now is whether this is the end of DJ's problematic behavior or just the beginning of Minnesota's headache. Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain: instant karma is real, and DiJonai Carrington just got served a hefty portion of it. Click the video on your screen and we'll see you in the next one, where we'll be keeping a close eye on whether DJ learned her lesson or if the Lynx just imported their biggest problem.